I'm Nick and welcome to the van. In this video we're going to talk about the swivel passenger seat, the dining table and the rock and roll bed. Okay, first things first, the bench passenger seat swivel seat. So this double seat at the front can be unscrewed and turn it around. I guess it's worth mentioning there is no adjustment to the back, so you can't lean it forward or backwards, but we can turn it all the way around. So to do that, we have to undo these three screws. So we have three relatively long screws to be undone. It's important that when putting this back together, they are done up tight, because of course this is the passenger seat, and if there was an accident, this seat needs to be secured as tightly as possible. So we undo these three hand bolts, and for this demonstration I'm going to put these into the passenger door. Into the passenger door pocket, so down here. But okay, there is a fourth bolt to undo. So here's the passenger seat. Underneath here is a storage area. So if I pop this by bringing the seat up and forward, then we can lift this, and then we can get into the passenger seat. This area can be used for some kind of storage, possibly soft things, but whenever you want to spin the seat around, then you have to get back in here again and undo the hand screw. Okay, so this is the final hand screw in here. So I will undo this one. This one is slightly shorter than the others. So this bolt is actually slightly shorter. I will mark this with a different coloured piece of tape so that we know which one's which. Okay, so that's all four hand bolts removed from the swivel seat. So we'll put the seat cushion back in place, and now we are able to spin the seat around. So to do that, I'm going to lift up and back, up slightly and pull backwards, and now we can move the bench seat. So this is as far back as it will go, and now we can spin it. When spinning it, watch out for this metal plate, because it can and will scuff the plastic on the pillar here. It can go either way, I think. There we go, so it can spin this way. I've also, sometimes when parked up, I've also left this way round and just had a much more spacious area up here. So, but you have this option of moving the passenger seat. Alright, back to spinning. So you can spin it round. And not only does it spin, but there is a little bit of side to side movement as well. So in order for me to push this back, I need to make sure that the alignment is good. I'm not going to hit this, nor am I going to hit the handbrake. And then we can push this back. And if you push, you'll feel it reach a certain point, but it probably can go just a little bit further, I think. So to kind of lock it in place, you'll see that this plate and the lower plate are in line with each other. To do that, you have to just apply a little bit of upward force and push it back. Like this, it's not completely locked in place. It will still have some swivel to it. You could put the bolts back in again if you wanted to lock it into this place. Totally up to you. Okay, now that we've turned this around, let's talk about the dining table. So the dining table is stored in the back door, in the back barn door. So there are two barn doors. We have to pop open the left-hand one in order to open the right-hand one. Here is the dining table. So to release the dining table, we have to pull these two catches down So 1 and 2, and then we can lift this up and out. And here we have the dining table. So the dining table is pretty simple, just a piece of wood with a single leg on it here. We can now close these doors. So the leg is locked in place, and to release this you push down in the direction of the arrow that's on here, and if you push down now it will let you move the arm. When it's in this position it is somewhat locked in place. So down, and there we go, and you'll hear it click again when it gets into the 90-degree point. So now it is locked somewhat in this position. On the other side you'll see these little clips, and these clips hook into the rail that runs along here. There are also some catches to lock it in place. So to install, we come up here, come a bit closer. So we're going to push these pieces above the rail and underneath the worktop surface. It'll sit down, and then we lock in place. 1, 2, and now you have the table has some back and forth, so you can configure it here, all the way over to here. When having and eating, you may wish to, at this point, bring this chair forward. So again, a little bit of upward force, and then pull it towards. So that's a good way of doing that. Possibly down there. This one can come forward, and now, quite civilized, we can eat at the dining table. Okay, I will now put all of this back together, put all of this away, and then we'll talk about the bed. So push this one back. I want to get it into the lock position, so a little bit of upward force and push it back. That one gets that one into that position. To take the table down, we're going to release those catches, lift up, pull out, then we come over here, we pull this one into position, close it. This one goes back round to the back door. Pop the left-hand door in order to pop the right. This one goes in with the catches at the top and the leg facing the inside of the door. It should slide into these here, and then we close here and here. You'll know if this is the wrong way round because I think these pieces of plastic will foul the slot pieces down here.
I think next we just do putting the seat away, maybe not the bed because it's quite a long video.
Sure. Then to put the seat away, we'll bring this forward, a little bit of upward force, bring this down to here, spin the chair around, we may have to move it over slightly and push it this way. Okay, again, it reaches this certain point, at which point you have to just apply a little bit of upward force. Like this. And now, in order to lock this into place, this hole needs to align with this hole, and this plate needs to align with the lower plate. So for here we can see I just need to move the chair over slightly. And then it will be time to apply the hand bolts. The short bolt will go on the front one, we'll do that last. The other 3 bolts, it doesn't matter which one goes in which position. And I would strongly recommend applying these loosely, so maybe just a few twists, and getting all 3 bolts in place. that point, then we can tighten these up. We do not have to over tighten them, but they should be finger tight, firm. And then the bolt in the front. This bolt will have a piece of tape around it here to denote that this is the short bolt. And that one just goes into that hole there. There we go, finger tight there. And the seat